You're listening to Whiskey Ramble for the Always Next Year Podcast Studio Network. You can find the team on Twitter at ANYP Podcast or visit us on our website, www.alwaysnextyearpodcast.com. And now, drink with us while we listen to the Jackdaws.
A fighting man I used to be, revered and feared through Killarney. Now I'm back to hitching with the wind. But if Mickey Flynn should ever find me, I'll throw me caution all behind me and square off on that son of a bitch again. He cracked open a rib or two, he beat me Sunday through and through, and so jiggle my unconscious frame. I won me healthy sheriff fights, well lucky son still had me life since Mickey Flynn beat me dumb and lame.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Always Next Year podcast. This is the Whiskey Ramble segment. I am your host, Steve, joined by Shane. Shane, how are you now?
Fine, and you?
Not so bad. Oh, pretty bad, though. Shitty fucking week. I'm not going to get into it because there's really not much to say besides work shenanigans that have tired me out to the point where I put my resume out.
This is therapy week, though. This is what this is for.
Yes, you got me there. But we'll be talking about other things, not my job.
Fair enough.
Let's start off with the bets that I placed, what we talked about last
Yes.
time. So, taking the Phillies in that game was the wise decision, just not taking the under. So, lost out in $20 there. Taking the Soul, like I said, was the lock of the day. That won. So that was $40 I put on to win $76.40. So I'm up $13. And then $10 on West Ham United, who got their asses destroyed 5-0 by Manchester City. I should have foresaw that as a West Ham fan, but I listened to my heart and not my head, so I was out $10 there. So I think I basically, all in all, 50,
about a wash.
I think I made about $13, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, so it was...
Did you make new bets for this week's show, by the way? I couldn't remember.
No. I was almost going to go to Parks, and then I realized it was very low on my checking account, so I was just going to wait till I got paid, which is today.
Well, there you go.
So
responsible adult, Steve.
Yeah, sometimes it shows itself.
There you go. Well, that's a shame, because that's 90% of our content from last show, so now we have to create other shit to talk about.
Yeah, well... I will be going to Parks. This will still be a recurring thing. This one was just, how did I do my first go-around? I still have the Eagles and Chiefs making the Super Bowl.
Can I say that everyone that has sat in this room so far has taken a look at your bet slips there?
And questioned, what the fuck am I doing?
They all think they're mine, because I've had so many issues over my life. They're like, oh, you're sports betting again. And I'm like, not me. But yes.
But then they say, wow, you've really hit a deep end. You're betting on the Philadelphia fucking Soul?
Yeah,
and then they look further and they see, and you're betting on soccer? What do you know about soccer? Yeah, they're Steve's. Guess the soccer could have given it away, Mr. I tore my ACL.
It's true.
Soccer.
Attempting to play soccer.
I'm more confident about the Phillies winning the division now with Charlie Manuel.
Oh my God.
It's going to happen. Just don't watch tonight's game.
Yes. 5 seconds into recording this, I was already rolling my eyes, seeing that it is now 4-0. When we walked upstairs, it was 1-0.
Yeah, that is true.
And then 3 minutes later,
as well.
yeah, 3 minutes later, it is now 4-0. So, aces, Drew Smiley, way to show up.
And my irrelevant $5 bet on the Flyers winning the East, which is not going to happen.
I can't believe they let you bet something a minimum of 5 on a sports bet.
I feel like you could do like $1.
That's whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
Weird as hell.
Just testing it out. Dip my feet in the water. Next time will be full penis in the water. So we'll see more on that. Not a good week for Steve on betting, I guess.
Could be worse. It came up.
Yeah. Well, my friend
came up over.
Positive.
There we go.
Yeah. I kind of profited so far. The real profits when the Eagles and the Chiefs play each other in the Super Bowl, and we have some epic debates going into that week.
That will be quality ANYP radio podcasting.
Yes.
For sure. And that'll be conflict for me, because I'll be co-hosting on your Chiefs show, and I host an Eagles segment now, and yeah, that should be interesting. We should will that into existence, specifically for the betterment of our show. I feel like that is...
And for my wallet.
And for your, yeah, what is it, $320 that you got on that one?
I think it's $325.
$3.25 on what, a $10 bet?
Yeah.
$10 parlay?
The real question is why didn't I put more?
Where you at?
I think it's the first one. Am I holding on to it?
I think you're holding on to it. I got a Phillies payout. There's your parlay bet.
There you go.
$3.25, yeah, on a $10 bet.
There we go.
Hilarious.
Pretty good odds. I have another bet with my friend that's just between us. And,
I don't know, man. If Clayton Thorson dies too,
they're getting Brock Osweiler. Let that be noted that I said it first if they do sign him.
hard pass.
It's going to happen.
Hard pass.
He's honestly like the best one out there, and that's not saying much, but who else do you prefer? Matt Castle?
I would like to trade for Colt McCoy.
They literally broke his ankle again.
I know.
To do surgery.
Yeah. Don't
God,
care.
it's horrifying.
It's
the second time we brought it up.
Screw that organization, man. Rushing back RG3 and then doing the same damn thing to Colt. I'm the best quarterback in the NFL. If I was not drafted by the Browns, McCoy.
Fucking Brandon Weeden.
I hate 28 years old when he got drafted in the first, whatever.
Hey, man, there's still
So
a chance for you,
angry.
but you had to go fuck up your knee 3 times.
48 times, yeah. It's a shit show.
Oh, shit, I was going to segue this into something I don't remember. Oh, well. Let's talk about social media.
Let's talk about it.
All right. Stephanie started some debate on Facebook about what you wash first in the shower, I think. And Shane and Stephanie had very differing opinions, and I don't remember what they were. I was drunk when I commented, and I was just like, I'll bring it up on Whiskey Ramble. So, accurate decisions in my life.
So this is now the second podcast that I'm talking about this on.
Really?
Rob called me out on this shit too. So yes, to bring you up to speed, in a very it's amazing. I don't know how you can shower with someone of the opposite sex in which you do have relations with and it not be sexual, but it was 100% not sexual.
So platonic.
There's some very platonic.
For this.
That's fair. Yeah, clap hands. Platonic. But yeah, and she looked at me in disgust, which honestly would be a normal thing if we were showering together. One of us naked looks good, and the other looks, well, it's me. And so I started to grow concerned because that look continued and continued. And I was like, what's going on? Like, I know I've put on, like, I don't know, 80 pounds, but like, you see me all the time. What's the issue now? She's like, do you wash your body first? And
have
then
you
your
guys
hair?
Never showered together before?
We have, but never for like platonic cleanliness reasons.
Was she shaving your balls too or something?
No, I wouldn't trust a razor. That would be.
I would never
the
trust a woman with a razor. And
very unsteady head. Which is strange because like they obviously, they got to be careful too.
Yeah, but one wrong,
It's true. Horrifying thought. But no, we had gotten home from a pool and we were just trying to just get the chlorine, stuff off our bodies. And then I don't know. I think we were just watching movies all day or something. She was on vacation. None of that really matters. The point is,
has she been on vacation for 2 months now?
Yeah, I think so. So maybe she was terminated. I don't know. I haven't asked. I can't have 2 people in this house out of work. But no. So she had asked, do you start with your body first? And I looked at her confused, like, yeah, like how the hell do you shower? And she explained to me that for 29 plus years in my existence, I've been showering incorrectly. I didn't know that was, I thought as long as you cleaned your body and your hair and like definitely spent quality time on both your feet and junk, like you were pretty set, like you were okay. The order didn't necessarily
you skip
matter.
legs there. You just leave the legs alone.
Well, a body. That's part of your body. Like, but it doesn't matter. So she goes ahead and she's mortified looking at me. Now, mind you, I have taken, I don't know, 15 showers since this had occurred. Every single time I step into the shower now, I grab my bar of soap and I lather up my left forearm and I roll my eyes and I say, fuck me. I put it down, I rinse off the forearm, and then I start over the appropriate way that you apparently now need to shower now that everyone on her social media knows that I am a fucking filthy human for not starting with my hair. And then I start over.
Did she explain why she does it hair
She
first?
does, yes. Yeah, she did.
What was her explanation?
Her explanation was that all of the grease and grime from your hair then rinses onto your body, and then you rinse all of that off with soap, and you just work top down. I mean, it makes way too much sense logically to argue, so I'm going to not argue.
Especially imagine after like a baseball game.
Yes. Or, yeah.
But in those situations, or like football, or you're wearing shorts and then your knees are all scuffed, like you want to get that first.
It's true. Like, yeah, that's a big thing. So, like, if you're working around the house or painting or doing anything you need to do, and like you got spackle and shit all over your arms and hands, like, I'm sorry, that's what it's in my face. I'm starting with it. But I don't know. Someone on that or on that thread commented that she's insane. I don't know this chick, and she washes her entire body first, then her hair, and then her body again. And I was like, I think I'm gonna have to do that from now on.
The only times I've done that was like after like a soccer game for me, where I would always slide a lot because I had working knees
at the time,
speed. So I would have all this just dirt and grass on my knees and my shins, and like that would be the first thing I wash, and then I would wash my hair because of all the sweat. Yeah.
So it makes so much sense.
And I don't have long hair now, but I used to have long hair for like the majority of my life.
See, I can't remember because I had long hair too for a large part of my life. I don't remember what I did. I feel like I still started with my body.
Well, mine was I would wash it with shampoo and then I would condition it, leave the conditioner in there.
That was the other part. I don't know what conditioner is.
Neither do
I've gone through my entire existence.
I just assumed I'm doing it okay. It worked whenever I used it. So.
Well, that's what all the comments said, so apparently you did it correctly. Did you read the bottle? Is that what the bottle says? I've never read directions on anything. Just gotta go with it.
I think it did, but I have a habit of misinterpreting directions.
That's fair.
That's why I don't cook that well. I did everything right. Oh, leave it on bake, not air fry. But yeah, so I'll leave the conditioner there, wash everything else off, and then rinse the conditioner out, and then usually I spend about an extra 5 minutes just sitting underneath the water.
Because it feels amazing.
Yeah, and this is usually why I'm like so like close to being late to work, is because I take those extra like 3 to 5 minutes just turning the heat up on the shower.
Letting it hit the back of your shoulders and neck and such.
Yes.
Same.
100%. And then I get out, and then I'm like sweating because of all the steam, and like I'm going into my hot room, and I'm like turning the fan on.
Yeah. And
blowing at me, and I'm still sweating.
Then you have to sit in an Uber with swamp ass, which isn't even actual swamp ass. It's
here's the thing. Like I lay my clothes out on the bed while the fan is pointing at my ass.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Don't need to worry about anything else. Just, swamp ass is the worst thing.
Yeah, you don't need to start your day that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, so that, if you guys ever wanted to take a look into what life is like in my relationship, in my household, and in my life now, I'm filthy.
You showered before, but only just had sex. You didn't, like, wash.
When's this?
When you and Stephanie showered together before.
Oh, yeah. So we had never actually purposely taken a shower together. Like, it had only been...
How long have you been together?
A long time. It had only been, like, in sarcastic ways, or, like, I know that they're at the end of the shower right now, let's get this kind of jump-started kind of ways. But never for, like, the purpose of, like, hey, let's just take, like, a shower together in our tiny little stall shower, and, like, this will be awesome experience where water hits one of us and then the other freezes in the corner trying to be out of the way, and then you get ricocheted with water and soap in your eyes, and it's not a fun experience. Like,
shower sex is definitely like, seems like hot, but it's like awkward, especially when it's a very
sex and water is never okay. Like,
but they can't get pregnant. I'm pretty sure
true.
That's
no, that's 100% true. Okay. Because no one comes. So
touche. No, my very first awkward experience with shower sex was the girl I was with at the time. I literally climbed through the bathroom window.
So we have...
Yeah, you heard that, right?
I did hear that.
It's either the outside or there are ghosts that we're picking up here, so we should become ghost hunters.
I would welcome that. It's dogs and kids. All right, so real quick before Steve finishes that story, our studio is in the upper level of my home, and most of it is soundproof. However, the window is an issue, and when there are jackass kids outside...
I'm not hearing anything about the headphones, though.
You're not?
No.
This is a problem. All right, Ghost Hunters it is. I'm sorry. I apologize. We are now shifting the content of this show.
We're going to get the EMP shit. I'm going to watch Ghost Hunters all over again and learn what I need. Watch, nobody will be able to, like, hear that, though.
Probably. It's just us.
That would be great.
I'll run the noise reduction, but now I partially don't want to run the noise reduction, and I just want to make sure someone else hears it. Like, when we post this show, be like, can someone just do me a favor? Like 17 minutes in.
Yeah.
Did anyone hear children screaming? It didn't come from our home. It came from the people behind our home. But, no.
Definitely first thing there. So, yeah, climbing in through this bathroom window. I get in. I fall in. And then, literally, it was very difficult. Very difficult to, like, climb up. I was using a trash can to, like, elevate myself. And then, we start doing the thing. And while going to town, the water, slippage, straight out, and straight stabs the ass cheek. Which was
Did you dislocate your cock?
No, but it was a not very pleasurable experience. Very painful for her and me. And I'm like, I feel like I don't want to do this again.
No, it's terrible. No one should ever want to do that. Like, there is... So I've had this discussion with Stephanie before. There's nothing wrong whatsoever. Nothing in the history of time that has ever been wrong with beginning this in the shower. People at times look their best wet. Or they look like me, and you get horrified looks, and you're not sure if it's because you're washing yourself incorrectly or you're obese. One of the two. Not sure. I'll let her decide. But starting things there, fine. Actually performing that, not pleasurable for anyone. Down the shore, 16, 17, 18-year-old Shane, something like that, girl I was dating at the time, they rented a shore house. There was a shower in the garage.
Oh, one of those.
Underneath.
You got more space, so.
Yes. But water down the shore is different. It is.
I'm like already disgusted.
It's right. It's like this hard water. It's just awful. It's a terrible experience.
It's pelting you.
Still slippery. Slippery as hell. Her entire family was coming back.
Oh, you didn't time it right. You got caught, didn't you?
I dropped her. Because it's too slippery. And it's like, it's not good for anyone. So no, let's endorse this now. Forever skip the shower sex. And also don't shower with your partner if you shower incorrectly, because they will never look at you the same ever again.
She did look a little bit different, like
today.
She was looking at you,
yeah, she's just disgusted by me. No, that's it.
I can't believe you do that.
That's exactly right.
How long have you been doing that? How dare you?
She's like, for as clean of a human as you are, you like throw out toothbrushes on time. You change sheets and pillowcases.
What is on time? What, every week?
And it's just like, I have issues. She's like, but for all the things that you do to like maintain cleanliness of the home and your body and like your vehicle, you wash your fucking body incorrectly. I'm like,
just out of turn.
I didn't know. I thought for sure soap hit your like you were clean. You were good. Everything was great.
It's fine. You didn't know. Now you know.
Now I do, and now my left forearm.
Who has to wipe his ass standing up.
That was the funniest story I ever heard. Oh, God. What else is on the docket for today?
You had something more about social media, about people defending things or something? Probably like, washing your hair first before your body.
I think that I sent this stuff over before that whole debate had occurred.
You did.
All right, so... we all have them. We all have friends or family or coworkers or just random followers. If you're the people on Twitter who follow us, which we love you, thank you. Don't not follow us for the things that I'm about to say. But if you feel the need to defend everyone for everything, you're a fucking asshole. No one cares about your existence. Stop being like this patriot of like political correctness for the entirety of society.
The social justice warriors.
That's what they're called. We talked about this before, haven't we?
I think you and Rob were both like, what? And I'm like, that's what
I didn't know if that's what they were called, but yeah, that sounds yeah. What's that thing? Deja vu. Got it. It all came back to me now. But yeah, so on the same day, I was one of our Twitter followers, or at least one who follows me on mine.
To like adjust your shorts and then you realize you're just grabbing your fat.
Yeah.
I just had that.
Oh, yeah. That's reason number 38 that Stephanie is disgusted by me. Did you please stop pulling your handles up? I apologize.
Just itches so good.
Oh God. But the same person in the same week defended the Eagles male cheerleader as if this is any impact on his life, and as if that kid who kicked ass anyway needed anyone to fucking defend him.
We had a fucking president that was a male cheerleader. He was the dumbest. He was the fucking dumbest president I think we've ever seen.
It's true. C plus average.
Bush did 9/11.
Conspiracy theorist Steve. But yeah, so defended a male cheerleader, defended women for something, defended customers in a store over something else as well. Like 5 or 6 different topics that this person like jumped all over to sit there and quote tweet and be like, I support women in this environment. I support our male cheerleader. Anyone who doesn't, get off my fucking timeline. And I'm like, I'm gonna get off your timeline anyway, not because I disagree with any of this. I just didn't feel the need to come to anyone's defense because they didn't fucking ask me to.
I really don't. I try to stray away from like any like debates on there.
It's brutal
because I'll never forget on Twitter.
You're just looking for likes. It's just thirst. It's straight thirst.
Oh my God! I think like somebody like really like scouted out like my reply to I think Sam Carchidi about Anton Strauman and Andrew McDonald.
First of all, Sam Carchidi's dog shit, but continue.
Yeah, he is.
He's so bad.
I miss you, Frank Saravalli.
I also miss Frank Saravalli. I'm pretty sure he was the first person you told me to follow on Twitter, by the way. Like yes, in 2013.
Yeah, he was the best Flyers guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I can't believe we're paying Andrew McDonald, the infamous 5 years, $30 million, or 6 years, $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
While Anton Strauman is making like 3 years, $9 million. And this guy was just going at me, like telling me like kill myself, which I do want to do. Like you don't have to encourage me. And he's just calling me like a fucking retard, thinking like saying like I'm completely wrong. And,
that's
like,
another thing.
Evaluation.
I'm taking that word back. Get the hell out of here.
What, retard?
Everything. It doesn't. You can't use anything anymore. 2019 is a terrible time to survive.
Yeah, people are getting shot everywhere. You know, you can't say retard.
You can't say anything.
Yeah,
it's absurd.
Everybody gets offended by everything, so.
Yeah, which being offended is thirsty in its own right. Like
how? I don't understand your linguistics here. Linguistics. Your linguini.
So think about it. If you feel the need to again be offended by everything, then state that to social media and everyone that is on your timelines and things of the sort. Like you are just looking for attention. That's ridiculous. Shut the hell up. If you're that offended, just stop. Just get off social media. Don't go back to that store. Don't interact with that human who offended you.
Right.
Be a human. That's it. Make a decision that says this upsets me for whatever reason. If it upsets you, you're a fucking idiot. But if these things upset you, maybe just stop. Just stop interacting with those particular individuals or going and frequenting those places.
They're so bored and they're just reaching for human interaction over the internet where they can feel more empowered because they're not face to face.
So there's a I was just telling Stephanie about this. There's the whole James Portney. What's his name? Portney. David Portney?
Dave Portnoy, guy from Barstool.
Yeah.
I love Barstool.
Yeah, they're
part of my take.
Great at what they do.
Podcast.
Part of my take is really, really smart.
That's where I try to like take from them and try to incorporate here in a way.
Smart.
Now I'm going to get sued.
Probably. But he went on a news station and basically called AOC an idiot and she doesn't know shit about shit and all this different stuff.
He was trolling, right?
Whatever it was. But like, that's brilliant. If you can, because clearly he is not offended by fucking anything. So he can go out there just as I do. I don't care what people say. I have not if it offends me that fucking much, which is, I can think of one thing off the top of my head. The Andrew McDonald contract. And anyone who doesn't support Colt McCoy is the best quarterback in Texas Longhorn history and what would have been a top 3 in NFL history had he not been drafted by the Browns. Those are the only two things that upset me in life.
It always escalates so quickly, dude, from like, sure, Texas, best quarterback, yeah, fine, and then top 3 in the NFL.
That's correct.
I'm sorry, I love Colt McCoy. I can't go that far. I can't take it to that level.
Suit yourself.
I could do top 10.
I accept your top 10.
And he would be 10 or 9.
9 or 10. I accept that. If that's where you're willing to take it, that's fine. But to me, he's in the conversation with Montana.
I almost traded for my Dolphins franchise.
He's always my backup quarterback.
He's
And then
always
by
my third
backup,
string.
I mean he's 100% starting by week 3.
Well,
And then he always breaks a rib. Every time. Like, I've never had a single season with him where he didn't get hurt in Madden.
My long-term franchise 2 years ago, he was my third stringer to my 2 rookie quarterbacks, and then they both got hurt. He comes in, fourth quarter, comeback, starts, wins. Quarterback comes back, I bench him. I should have went with it. But
You should have. Man, that's
he was
upsetting.
the captain, okay?
Of course he was a captain.
On social media, I have this, I'm going to go say special coworker. Guy's an idiot. But he posts the same things every week. He'll say, every Sunday or Monday, he'll post his weekend brunch, which is the same omelet with the same, spreads and shit out, in the same,
Is it
order.
the same photo? Are you convinced that it's the same photo?
No, because sometimes, one is, switched over.
Okay.
But no, he literally just takes his phone.
What's that disc
Takes
thing that
the-
you got on? Is
It's
that
my
a charger?
Yeah, it's my charger. My cord doesn't really work anymore, so I have to use a wireless charger. Do you have an issue with that?
I just
you just
I've
you
never
look
seen it.
dumbfounded. You've never seen a wireless charger?
No, it looks like the alien helmet from Alien.
Just because it glows green?
That's correct. It's the only reason.
Okay.
I think I'm only thinking of Alien because there's a signed picture of Olivia Munn in here, and she was a total babe in that.
Touche.
Yeah,
She was an alien?
she was in her Predator.
The
Alien.
new one?
Yeah, one of the newest ones. I don't remember. I watched 13 minutes of that movie, and it was with her in it. And it was because Ben told me that was the 13 minutes I needed to watch. And he was fucking right.
Well, touche there.
Yeah, total babe. And that offends people. Can't call someone babe. Can't sit here and appreciate someone for the way that they look. That may be offensive to them. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like I said, all day at work, my intern literally points out every hot girl that's walking through the
I hope
parking
people
lot.
sit there and look at me in the complete opposite way that Stephanie looks at me in the shower whilst watching my body the incorrect fucking way.
Right?
That's all I look for in life. I want that validation.
Yeah, but women don't really hit on men.
That's
men
completely
will do-
false.
Oh, sorry. It's never happened to me.
All
so,
right.
So before you gained the weight and you were getting it, I was not. Sorry for the low blow.
That's it's okay. I'm not offended.
Also, I can't grow a beard, which you
Beards
always
help.
have, and apparently you're fake for it.
Yeah. What is with people now? So, look, I support people and their decision to look the way that they want to look.
I wish I could grow a beard.
So, yeah, well, I'm sorry, man. Well, maybe one day. You never know.
Don't smoke cigarettes when you're
6.
having kids.
But no, so I went to the grocery store. I was picking up food to make for dinner, and I don't know, probably a middle-aged ish woman, I don't know, 40s, 50s, pretty young, was also waiting for. It's still pretty young in today's society, I think. I don't know. Did I offend you by that comment?
No, I'm just trying to think pretty young. I don't know.
Youngish, she's an adult.
Whatever. People are living too long anyway, so yeah, sure.
That's no arguments there. So yeah, like I said, 40s, maybe 50s. But she's there, and I was not in any particular kind of hurry. And I was just getting off the phone with our buddy Josh, and I never know how long those conversations are going to last. Or just getting on to a phone call with him. Excuse me, not getting off of. So I saw my phone ringing.
You were getting off to the conversation?
I was. He has
Yeah, I've heard that
the
before.
sex tone voice. Yeah, he's got it going. Josh, if you're listening, I hope that one day I can sound like you on Sex Talk Radio.
That was kind of close.
Thanks, man. I'm trying. One day I'm going to perfect it. But anyway, so he calls me, comes up on the phone. I notice that it's him. So I turn to this woman and I say, you can take my turn in line. I'm sorry, I have to take a phone call. So she goes ahead, and at first it's all cordial. It's totally fine. She's just like, thank you, I appreciate it, blah, 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 whatever. So I don't know if she mistook my frustration from the context of the phone call that I was just on, because I then angrily hung up my phone. And the only way that you can angrily hang up a smartphone, because you can't just flip it down all hard the way that flip phones
that was
were.
the best part about flip
That was
phones.
amazing. These people knew the level of anger that occurred
Yeah.
every time they called me slept down. It was wonderful. Now you just sit here and you like keep hitting the same part of the phone, and like for whatever reason your
You
phone
never get it the first time.
never, and your phone like it doesn't trust your thumb. It's like you didn't mean to hit it that hard, right? Like you're actually still on this phone call, and I was like, I'm not still on this phone call.
You're just angry. You get through this.
That's it. That's it. So she mistook that, and like I then had that whole like what the hell is the bipolar-ish kind of a moment. I was angry at the phone call, the context of the phone call for no particular actual reason. Finally get my phone to cooperate, hang up with the phone, and then it's like all of a sudden just whew, I'm happy now. Turn around and looked at her, and I was just gave that like nod of acknowledgement once she had picked up her last item, and she's like, "You don't have to be so fake to me like that." And I was like, "I'm sorry." Like, please inform me as to what just occurred right now. I don't know what happened. And she goes, "Oh, please, all your frustration and your fake beard that you hide behind." And I'm like, my fake beard? Like, I'm confused as to what's happening right now. Like, she had this whole, like, just awful vibe of, like, she left the house for a fight that day. And I was the one she was going to pick it with. And she sat there and she's like, "You hide behind your beard, and men like you hide behind your beard, and you're all fake. You know, if you want me to take you seriously, shave your goddamn face." And I'm like, first of all, I am now not the only person that is privy to this conversation, as we are in the middle of a goddamn grocery store and there are 6 people in line behind us. And like, I kind of chuckled to myself in a totally douchebaggery kind of a way.
You do that all the time.
I do. And I was like, I gotta say, I've never in my life heard that having a beard makes me fake. Are you jealous that you can't grow a beard, or that society would deem the one that you have is less than pleasing to look at? That didn't go well. Then she went off. I can't imagine why. Kept going. And I'm not that type of way. I just sit here and just let things go, and it is what it is. But at this point, she's causing a scene, and I'm a lot funnier than she is, and a lot more quick-witted. So I had to take full advantage of the situation. So, again, I sit there, make that comment, is what it is. She goes off. And at this point, she's not going off on me. She's going off on just society as a whole, and men as a whole, and all these other things. So clearly, she hates the world. And I sat there, and I was like, in my head, I finally was like, all right, I made my low blow comment. I'm good. This is what it is. You have a nice day. I'm so sorry that someone along your life fucked you up this bad that you got to be angry at facial hair. I kind of like it. Take care. She walks away. These other people are like, "Man, what was wrong with her?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Maybe someone missed the hole the first time, and that's why she's probably not into us." Like, who knows what's going on? But I have to ask these people. So this isn't the first time I've heard of this kind of thing of like, you know,
people lashing out or saying a beard is fake.
No, things about beards and men like, "Oh, you're dishonest. This isn't what you really look like. You're hiding your face." And I think they're more so talking about the James Harden-esque kind of beards, not like the facial level hair or facial hair level of. Yeah, he looks like a slightly different human, but whatever. I'm like, you mean to tell me with 19 pounds of makeup on your face, to all these different areas, you change the angle of your face based on those things. You wear glasses that don't have actual lenses because they look hipster-ish cool. You have a push-up bra that make it look like you actually have tits. Okay, this is like me wearing the tightest pants that I fucking own and shoving something down there that makes me look like, I don't know, I'm actually well hung. And then sitting there and saying, this? I just like to look like I got something that's worth it right now. But when we wake up in the morning, you're going to be dissatisfied. The same much that I would then be dissatisfied waking up next to you. This is ridiculous. Let people look how they want to look. I don't give a damn if you're a guy and you want to be that James Cameron, Connor, James, whatever guy, the fucking makeup guy, cover, doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
Some kid, like young guy, is on the cover of some like makeup thing. And like,
why would I know the name of that kid?
I know his name's James. I don't know anything else from it. But it's another thing. Because it's all over my fucking timeline. People are defending this kid for wearing makeup. And I'm like, I don't give a shit what the kid does. Yeah. If he wants to wear makeup, fucking let him wear makeup. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But he's not bothering me. I'm not bothering him. Shut the fuck up. God. People are absurd. I hope people listen to our podcast, by the way, with children in the car. We are fixing lives.
It is noted as explicit, so I feel like they don't.
almost all of our podcasts are noted as explicit, with the exception of the ones that LJ runs, because he's an actual radio person who knows what he's doing.
Well,
but
sometimes you have to curse.
Sometimes you have to curse. It's true. Sometimes you got to call an idiot an idiot. It is what it is.
Sometimes you got to call someone a cunt.
And that's the best word in language.
It is.
Another thing, why does anyone get offended by that?
Wait, what?
Why do people get offended by that?
I don't know. I remember it was like a
It's
huge
absurd.
thing.
It is a big
I
thing.
mean, it really offended my mother.
It's moms don't like it.
No, not for me calling. Well, I did call her a couple times.
Terrible son, you. But like,
She lied to my dad about being on the pill and then like got pregnant. Like
With
that
you?
is a full cunt move. Yes,
Yeah, that's
I didn't
not
want to
great.
live.
you didn't have a choice in the matter.
Exactly.
Steve's first words out of the womb.
Cunt. See
Based
you
on-
next Tuesday.
Based on the vocal tone of what you just stated, I would have assumed that when you came out of the womb, you actually had a full beard and a smoker's cough. That was ridiculous. Like
Stephanie's been now like shaking. God damn it.
yeah, she hates that. She does hate that word. And it's crazy because like she's got a mouth worse than I do. But like if I say that, it's like that cringe, like an eye twitch type of thing. But yeah, so apparently you don't have the ability to be a fake male in this world because you can't grow facial hair, Steve.
Yeah, I'm also very brutally honest.
That's true.
I've literally told customers, please don't throw this out. I already threw it out. Well, it's a good thing I can pull it up. Here you go. Oh, so I'm gonna have to pay now?
That's correct.
No. You
It's a
literally meet
change.
all the criteria to not pay. You just read that you're gonna get charged for something if you don't have this, but you do have this. Now I'm talking about work again.
I was just gonna say, I was like, I don't know how we transitioned into this, but
and
I'm
I
just
almost went
listening.
into a full-fledged rant about it, but I'm trying to not do it. I'm just gonna take a sip.
There we go.
Cunt.
Well timed cunt. C-bomb. Well done. What else we got?
No, I just remember I forgot something at work now. God damn it. Fucking cunt. Just name this episode cunt.
Pretty much.
We've said it about 4 times.
I think it's been more than that.
Golf course etiquette.
Golf course etiquette. It's always a strong one.
This is all you, because I've only done one. I've done like chip and putt twice, and I've done like an actual like 18 hole like once. And I almost crashed a golf cart.
Well,
it was
you are part of this.
It was really fun driving it.
How old were you?
I was 19, 20.
Actually, you don't drive, so that had to have been a fun experience for
Exactly.
you. Never mind. You can do what you want. I don't even care. There's an exception to be made for people like you. You can drive like an asshole if you want. All right, so here's the thing. Ever since I was a kid, I understood that like all of my interests in life were of the interest level of someone far older than me.
Okay.
To put that like...
I'm kind of like that. Like I relate to the older crowd at bars more than
Yeah.
I do like my
For
my
sure.
age. Yeah.
So like, I fish, I fuss, I golf, I shoot pool, and I have a dog, and like that's kind of it. So when you spend as much time like doing those types of things, you
Wait, so you were golfing with your hip flexor?
yeah,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
it really only hurts to sit.
Okay, can you please stop scratching your fake beard on this podcast?
Is it offending you? it's hitting that level of itch right now, man. I'm
Just
just
so
trying to be a
audible.
different person. It is very audible.
Up there with my arm crack.
Oh, I don't know how that happens, man. You got to get that checked the hell out, man. Oh my god.
I'll just die. It's fine.
I don't think you're dying of an arm crack,
Yeah,
but
just liver failure.
that's a strong possibility.
All right, so golfing.
Yeah, golf.
You can start with the golf cart.
Golf course etiquette. All right, so now people are lazier than ever, and they do have golf carts, and I am 100% in support of golf carts. They're fine. I use them too, but I use them because I'm fat and usually pressed for time. Like I don't always have 3-4 hours to
You're
play
also
18.
forgetting your whole knee issues.
Yeah, that's a strong point
Yes.
there.
I thought that would have been the first thing you said.
No, I try to like not think about it as much now because like
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty. This is the furthest I've gone or longest I've gone since an issue. So
This is I literally cannot stop thinking about it. Every time I try to do something, oh, what about my knee?
I forgot about your knee, honestly, because we're going fishing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
I'm wearing sandals.
And there's like a bunch of places. It's like, oh, this will be good. Like, he's a young guy. He can get around, and you can't get around. So we are going to go to a little section where there's a perfectly straight and clear walk path. And that's it. But
Flash forward to us trying to go up. This is a very small hill.
I just did that today.
And
so
I fall.
yeah, and even I couldn't get down the hill very easily. So, but golf course etiquette. Yes. So carts. There are walking carts, and then there are people who walk. There are people who are 19 years old and semi in shape, and then there are people who are 95 years old and who are most certainly not in any kind of actual physical shape to be doing what they are doing.
I pity those people that are that age in front of you.
I don't understand.
You're not a very patient man.
I am not a patient individual. Although I will say that when I am in my element, such as at a golf course, fishing, things like that, like I am far more patient. I'm outside. I'm enjoying things. This is what it is. But not everyone else is, and then that puts you in an awkward position. So if you're there and you're driving, or excuse me, you're walking, and you notice that the people behind you are driving, and you are also dog shit at golf, let them ahead of you.
Yeah.
Just let them go ahead of you.
You don't need common courtesy.
We don't need to sit here and have 48 mulligan shots on a chip shot because you can't fucking hit a ball and instead of the goddamn rough patch that you were in anyway. Like, let's speed this process up, man. No need to hold up 48 people. That's basically what it's like every time I go out now, which is fucking absurd. Second, if you are in a group and it is a busy day, play best ball. I understand the intrigue of everyone playing their true shot. Don't do it. Just don't fucking do it. If there are that many people on the course, if you can look around at every hole and see someone playing on it, you're playing best ball. If you are a group of four.
What is best ball?
Best ball, it's essentially just all four of you take your tee shot, and then you all four take a shot from the best person's tee shot landing.
Okay.
And then
I was going to assume that, but I didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
I don't like being wrong.
Some people do it just off
like
the tee shot. No, I don't like being anything, right? Some people do it just for a tee shot. Other people do it just for every shot, and they just take a drop where the best shot lie. But it's infinitely quicker, and that's fine. Man, I had so many. If you are, so you play your front nine. If it's crowded, and you're the one who's bitching about how crowded it is, and no one stopped at the pro shop in between the front nine and back nine to like grab a hot dog or fill up on water or get a coffee on a 100-degree day like I do not follow everyone to hole 10. Do not be that asshole. Go in there. Take a pee. Take a shit because you're probably a little backed up at this point. Have a coffee. Have a Coke and a smile. I don't give a damn. But if all of the people that you are angry at are now traveling to hole 10, give it 10 minutes. Yeah. Just fucking give it a little time. Don't stand behind them.
Have a beer.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of them have beers.
A lot of them do. And honestly, that's another thing. If you're not drinking on a golf course, you should be. If you drink, I do not drink, so I don't have to.
You're going to be a bit
I am slightly hypocritical in that point, but I encourage that. Either way, there are so many different things. Oh, last part.
It's going to jump to the last part on it.
Yeah, I feel like we're rambling on 15 different points so far.
Well, that's the name of the show.
It is
I'm
true.
drinking the whiskey you're
and I'm rambling. That's fair. All right, so last thing. If you are on a public golf course that is played by people of varying levels of talent, and it's a cheaper course, do not play a ball that you hit 3 fairways in the wrong direction.
You got to play it as it lies.
You do not.
I've watched Happy Gilmore plenty of times.
That's true. But
even if it lands on Frankenstein's fat foot. This is the 6th time this movie's been brought up today in my life.
How? Why?
Work.
Why did it get up brought 5 separate times throughout a day?
Yes, it was like 4 times in a row, and then
that's weird.
Now, yeah,
weird. By the way, watch Happy Gilmore.
Great movie. Also watch Caddyshack. They were both brought up.
I just watched Caddyshack last night. Great 2 nights ago, excuse me.
Back when I was, still dabbling in the weed stuff. I watched it again. I'm like, holy fuck.
Funny story. My favorite.
No
uncle,
wonder so many people fucking love this movie back then.
Oh, it's
Because
great.
It's great, and it's phenomenal when you're high.
So my favorite uncle on my one parent's side, he had watched me when I was a kid, so I was probably like 10 years old, something like that. And he had a home theater in his basement, and he was like, "All right, what movie you want to watch?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'll watch anything." You know, like you're a kid, you're hanging out with a cool uncle. You're like, "You pick." So he's like, "All right, we'll watch."
My uncle just fawned over Donna Pinciotti on that 70s show.
Donna can get it later in life, not in that show.
I still would have.
I mean, I'm not throwing her out of bed. I'm just saying it's not my choice.
You just have something against gingers.
That is not true. I have
I know.
quite an issue with redheads in a positive way.
Me too.
But yeah, so here I am, 10 years old, and he's like, "Listen, don't tell your parents." He's like, look away because there's definitely going to be naked women on the screen.
Debbie Good.
And and I sat there, eyes wide, like I was like, "This is why I'm an addict." Thank you, Uncle. I appreciate it starting me at 10 years old.
What was it, Caddyshack?
Caddyshack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She was something else, man. But yeah, there's so much to prevent about it in
Golf setting?
for golf. Yeah, for golf etiquette. However, like I feel like I needed to be in that space. Like I feel like we should travel with the recorder when I golf next, and when it happens, I'll talk as if I was a golf commentator into the recorder, so that you can feel the actual vibe of what it is that I go through.
All quiet, like.
That's right. Jackos is lining up for the putt. He's put it off the fucking green. Oh my god. Putt number 18. It's ridiculous.
And the golf cart has crashed into the sand pit.
So yeah, golf course etiquette is just...
My one time actually doing a full 18, I was playing with a couple friends, and I'm like, guys, I've never really done this before. I've done the driving range, mini putt, yeah, short. Mini putt, mini golf.
Mini putt.
So
putt.
So we get to the first hole. They both go first, and I go, and I drive it perfectly. And I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm just hustling you, all downhill from there. Like I can drive pretty okay, I think, from like my times at driving range, because me and my friend, when I was working at the theater as a kid,
I was just about to tell you we should do that tomorrow too, and then I forgot. You tore your ACL.
we could try to get like a small bucket, see how it goes.
You should not do that. I'm telling you.
Why not?
You can't twist.
If we go to a place near me, stop at my house, grab the sleeve,
The sleeve is not going to help your knee.
Yeah, you're right. God, I wish I was healthy. I wish I had a healthy knee. But yeah, we'll just fish.
That's right. We'll fish. I'll go buy Madden, and we'll start a franchise tomorrow.
So yeah, we're going fishing tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are going to be brainstorming ideas for the Chief show that I'm going to do.
Yep.
Mainly a name. Can't quite think of a name.
Name and creative intersegment bits.
Yeah.
Like NFL players who have gone to jail for the funniest of circumstances.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
OJ.
Innocent!
The OJ segment.
Oh.
Didn't go to jail for murder. Went to jail for stealing back his memorabilia.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that is the top tier of that list. So
that's that would be downhill from after
I mean,
that.
go.
I always thought the Plaxico thing was hilarious too.
What, he get shot himself?
He's an idiot.
Yeah. So we could also do things like clearly guilty but got away with it.
Yeah. 100%.
You got your Ray Lewis.
I was just going to use the Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, Dante Stallworth. Did he even
Ben Roethlisberger?
Oh God, doesn't know how to wear a helmet. Just rapes.
Oh my God! Someone's going to get offended by that headline.
Don't give a shit. Don't get angry over things that don't matter.
That's right. It doesn't. This does not affect your life. And if it does, turn the podcast off. Like,
Yeah, right?
For fuck's sake, be an adult.
I can't believe they talked about this for an hour and 15 minutes and 32 seconds.
And you listened.
You listened
for
to
an
all of
hour
it?
and
Yes.
15 minutes.
But
and 2
why?
seconds.
Because I was so offended. But did you like the show?
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
It was actually kind of good.
Yeah,
But it was
which-
really offensive.
By the way, clearly this audience is not offended by us. This is our most listened to segment.
If only it was most commented.
If it's true. Well, we don't really do it. Like there's interactions on Twitter for Eagles football. There's interaction for the Flyers hockey. There's interactions for Phillies baseball and Sixers basketball. Those are all like standard talking points. This truly is just therapy and drinking.
Yeah.
And like there's this just random takes and random opinions on different things.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, we're gonna have to start using the hashtag Whiskey Ramble almost daily throughout any kind of Twitter comments. Like that's what I'm gonna have to start doing now because I actually get play on Twitter now, which is fantastic, I suppose.
That is good.
I feel as though I'm going to have to start, like, even if it's a tweet that's very much so driven towards Philadelphia Phillies baseball, I'm going to have to start using the hashtag Whiskey Ramble. Then everyone who actually knows me, which is like 3.5% of my followers, they're going to be like, well, Shane, you don't drink. Why the hell are you using a hashtag Whiskey Ramble? I'm going to be like, listen to the fucking show. Ad spot.
Your last thing was ranting about the Phillies.
We don't need to do that. Hey, I just got another follower on Twitter. Look at that.
Oh, wow, must be nice.
I don't know.
Thaddeus followed me. That was my last one.
Who's Thaddeus?
You know Thaddeus.
Rock?
Yeah, Rock.
Yeah.
Shout out, Rock. You should listen.
He should listen. He'd probably get some entertainment out of this. He's someone that should honestly probably be. So the last time that I hung out with
my
Rock,
God.
oh my God. So this guy, he goes, every time I see him, he's just like, hey man, you hooping? Like you playing? I'm like, basketball and me really don't get along. One,
Leads to torn
I'm very
ACLs.
white. Two, I've torn my knee up way too many times, and a handful of them were on the basketball court or as a result of that sport. I don't really think I need to be doing this, but he always talks me into it. So I met him, and he goes, oh yeah, well there's a gym that, you know, hosts basically just open games, basically a CYO type of setting. He goes, up my way. And I'm like, all right. And this is like, I don't know, 6 years ago now. This is the last time I've actually hung out with him outside of just talk with him.
Oh man, I've hung out with him plenty of times since then.
Yeah, well,
We have done some drinking.
I would imagine so. But yeah, so he goes, you know, there's a gym up my way, so I told him I would meet him and I'd play. The gym is like a church rectory.
Is your knee shaking?
What's that? I don't think so. I think I was just moving the table.
Oh.
But the gym's in like a Sunday school like cafeteria type of thing in the middle of the neighborhood of a former Mrs. Shane. And I walk in there and I am the only white person there. And the
White man
floor
can't jump.
hasn't been dusted in, I don't know, 17 years.
Did you start
I'm
dusting?
pretty sure it's an abandoned space. Like, if I remember correctly, there were like outside lighting that we ran in. Like, I don't even think there was real lights in there. And he was just like, yeah, man, so you good to hoop? And I'm like, no, I can't. I'm ice skating on this thing.
I'm going to get asthma.
This dude, he's like 5 inches shorter than me, so he's got to be like 5'5".
He's strong as shit.
And he is strong, but like he was
Kind of
dunking,
MA.
kind of. He never stopped shooting the basketball. So like all I had to do was basically be Ray Allen, but pass instead of shoot. I just ran from one 3-point line to the other, ran, jogged, walked, saved the knee, found Rock
Limp.
and said, "You shoot." He bricked fucking everything, but it didn't matter. I didn't blow a knee out, but I felt very unsafe for a multitude of different reasons. But yeah, I love that guy. He should probably listen to the show.
Oh yeah, definitely. I haven't talked
Where are
for a
we
while.
at? 52 minutes. All right.
Really? Wow. It was majority of you speaking.
That's not true.
I think it is.
It might be this week. I don't know.
That's fair. I really don't have much because I'm holding myself off on the whole work shit.
Oh.
But yes, fuck my job. Anybody hiring?
That is true for both of us.
Yes.
Actually, one of us should probably stay unemployed so this podcast keeps running.
just take my position.
That's fine. We'll swap.
Good luck.
You can edit 50 articles a month or whatever it is that I'm doing and put together all these shows. Ugh.
I really wish I could write still. I just can't.
That's fine. You can do all the research. I'll put all your thoughts together in actual, like, articulate sentences. It worked out.
Yeah, it does work.
You excited to fish? When's the last time you fished?
A couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago?
Didn't catch anything.
Gotcha.
And I think it was actually at Lake Nakamixon.
Okay.
On a boat. Canoe, kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it doesn't really work out for me. But I saw my uncle today. My uncle just goes straight up to upstate New York. And I'm like, hey, yeah. Well, like, first off, I'm doing shit in the back at work. And then he comes in, and all I hear is, where's Steve? Fucking hate hearing that at work. And I'm, like, trying to think of the voice. And I'm like, fuck it. So I go out. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm going fishing tomorrow. He's like, oh, yeah, where at? I'm like, probably Nakamixon. Not 100% sure. I have to get a new fishing license. He's like, oh, man, I haven't had one here in 3-minute pause. 7 years? I'm like, well, yeah, you always go in New York. He's like, yeah, I already got everything set up. I'm going up there tomorrow right after work. I'm going to shoot right down. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yep, I bought so-and-so beer distributor out of Franz's Connor. I'm like, fucking savage, dude. Like, they still don't have it there? And he's like, nope, costs $10 extra, and they have to, like, put, like, a back order. And I'm like,
What the fuck?
they just don't carry the beer he drinks, and he only drinks this one beer, which is weird. I will never get like that. I will never only drink Irish whiskey.
Seems strange. Yeah, sure you won't. At least you change brands.
No, it's just cheaper. They're very similar in quality, but this one is like $10 cheaper for the handle, and then like $2 cheaper for like a regular bottle. You know, that normal people drink.
Then there's you.
And then there is me. So I feel like splurging. I'll get that Jameson bottle. Every other time it's tell them we're due. But
Let's try to get them to an ad spot for us.
Right?
Speaking of ad spots, Just Food, Asian Rob. We can go visit him for lunch tomorrow after fish on the way home.
That would be nice. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's doing well. But Just Food, 215-794-FOODS, 215-794-3663. Treat yourself, take it home. Catering service. They do have an in-shop location in Bucks County, Buckingham Green Shopping Center. It is just above Peddler's Village there. What do you want to eat tomorrow? What kind of food would tickle the fancy of Steve?
What do they got?
Everything. They have shit I can't pronounce, shit I can pronounce. They have normal sandwich
They
things.
have shrimp salad.
They have shrimp salad.
And
all right, well, that's what you're that's what you're getting. Fair.
after our failed fishing excursion, because I am very bad luck at fishing.
Well, that's lovely. You know what? I finally just started catching fish again,
Well,
which
then
had
maybe,
been quite some time.
Maybe it'll bounce off each other, and maybe we'll both catch like one.
Hey, I'll take that.
Me too.
I caught. I think I had one bass, one largemouth bass this week, one smallmouth, and then like a tiny catfish, and then like a handful of sunnies that don't count.
Yeah. I don't think I've caught a fish since I went down North Carolina when I was like 13.
Well,
so
you're gonna catch some shit tomorrow. But yes, Just Food. Visit our guy Asian Rob over there. Again, treat yourself, take it home. 215-794-FOOD, 215-794-3663.
Do you remember like the food thing, like offhand, like the actual like digits?
Well, it's two numbers, Steve. Yes, I remember 3663.
Man, I don't. I remember doing like the whole like T9 and everything. Oh man, but I can't.
T9 was a bitch.
Really?
I hated phones. I didn't like texting. I didn't like anything.
I absolutely fucking loathe touchscreen phones.
These are terrible.
And like,
I miss my BlackBerry. Like that was fun.
We talked about this before. Give me a fucking BlackBerry.
Oh yeah,
I'll take it.
BlackBerry Curve, I think, was the phone I had with a little ball that always died.
Yeah,
there was like a little mouse.
I had the fake T-Mobile Dash. I really do feel like we brought this up before.
I think we have, or at least we've had this conversation before. Yeah, touchscreen phones are awful.
But yes, do you have anything else?
I do not. Maybe we'll bring the recorder with us tomorrow whilst fishing.
Yes.
And we'll record angrily.
Little side segment.
Yeah, little side stuff. Or maybe we'll just we'll finally utilize that Snapchat that Rob... Watch Rob actually fully utilize the Snapchat all the time. And he's sitting here and he now has 15 different girlfriends.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's why he's always busy.
That's why I haven't seen him.
That's why, that's exactly why he's always busy.
We haven't done a Flyers podcast together.
He meant to do one this week. He is on assignment this week, though, for the military. So, but yeah, that would be funny. Now we'll post some pictures of the fish that we don't catch. We'll just hold up our empty hooks and we'll be like, "Oh, best catch of the day," and they'll be like, "What the hell is that?" And be like, "Nothing."
And then it's
fucking going home.
It's just my beer because I'm going to need beer for this.
That's fine. We'll pick it up tomorrow. But did you bring beer or just whiskey?
Just whiskey.
All right, we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, I was already carrying a lot. Laptop, everything.
I hear you. You have anything else?
No. Well, I'm going to touch on the Chiefs for a second. Darwin Thompson, running back, the guy that they drafted, I think, the 4th round. He looks really good. But what I can't see about him is wearing number 25.
Reserved for you?
Jamal Charles, man.
Jamal Charles is the best running back in Chiefs history? Better than Priest Holmes?
No, I can't
he's
say
better
that.
than Priest Holmes.
I can't say that.
How can you not say that? He was crazy good. He was such a multi-dimensional back.
The only reason I can't
He just can't stay healthy.
The only reason that, and also he didn't get enough touches in his first 2 years.
I had Priest Holmes during his 3-year run of best fantasy running back. He was filthy.
Yeah, I was playing fantasy back then.
Sean Alexander the year before that. I had a really good run of having the best running back in fantasy sports whilst having the worst record in fantasy sports.
I will go on the record as saying that Jamal Charles is a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Absolutely. He still holds that yards per carry record. He will never lose that. I think it was 5.6 or something, maybe even more.
There was some ridiculous stat that he could have carried the ball 300 and some more times. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was with the Broncos.
Yeah. And gained -2 yards on each one of those carries or something absurd.
Yeah.
And he would still hold the record. So, yeah.
Right. And so if he just would have got more recognition from Todd fucking Haley in his first year or two, then yeah. Definitely probably better than Priest Holmes, but I can't say he was. He was certainly the best offensive player on the Chiefs since I've been a fan. But yeah, so tomorrow during fishing, we're gonna brainstorm the ideas for this Chiefs segment. Probably get it rolling.
I meant to ask you.
Ooh, even live on air. Okay.
Yeah. So, do we want to create a do we want this to be as part of ANYP, Philly Sports, everything here? Or do we want to make this a standalone thing? What are we doing here? Am I creating an entirely different show segment within the Spreaker context of the things that we have?
Just say presented by.
Okay.
This is an Always Next Year podcast segment.
Okay.
That one would be this podcast presented by Always Next Year.
All right.
Kind of something like that.
That works for me.
So the affiliation is still there.
I dig it.
Hopefully
Are we creating a Twitter for it? Because I feel as though that content would be very confusing to Chiefs Nation out there.
Jesus, fuck.
Right? I don't even use my own Twitter enough. I certainly don't use the podcast Twitter enough.
I'll basically just be using my own Twitter because I think the most active I am on Twitter is during Chiefs season and then second
Flyers. Yeah. Flyers is one
I
of the
just
most
so happen
active.
to be more active during Chiefs.
I think it's just easier being active during football season.
It
You're
is.
active for 3 hours
There's
a
a
week.
there's a lot of stops.
Yeah. Oh, that too. Yeah.
During the Flyers, you're oh my god, this fucking guy, and then something else happens, so you're trying to catch up. That's why it's found difficult.
Yeah. I'm glad we stopped live tweeting games.
Yes.
I never found that to be overly effective.
The thing I have a problem with that is that so many these beat reporters are doing the same fucking thing, and you're seeing 6 tweets in a row of the same thing. I've always had a fucking problem with that. You fucking work for the same goddamn newspaper and or the same fucking company, and you're all tweeting the same shit. Just have one person do it, and then while you off to the side offer your opinion on something. Why the fuck not just do that?
I don't know.
It never made sense to me, and it's just the fact of this older crowd of these old school reporters just trying to fit in with the new age, and they're just doing it wrong. Pisses me off.
Me too.
specific podcast will have, like, this one person is running this, and then, like, the people that are, like, a part of it, like, chime in, like, here and there. You don't need everybody that's a part of your fucking shit to, like, talk about it.
Constantly.
Like, you and I, like, tweeting during a Flyers game is different. Like, we're offering our differing opinions. Then sometimes you forget which account you're on.
Always. Everyone asks me, because this does happen so often, they were like, do you do this shit on purpose? Like, is your main, like, your personal account or your podcast account your burner account? Like, which one is the one that you... I'm like, are you fucking dumb?
Yeah, Kevin Durant, which one's your burner account?
Like, which one... Do I need a burner account to have 900 followers or whatever it is that we have? Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, right?
They are my burner accounts. It's true. No one has my real account.
Deep down, Bradley Walker is still out there.
It is still out there.
I know. Every time I type in your fucking name, it's what comes up.
Seriously?
Yes, it's a struggle. I don't know why. I think something about, like, my fucking Twitter search, like, I type in, like, exactly what I need and, like, the wrong
Are you
things
still following that account? If you are, just delete it.
But what if it rises from the ashes?
It's being, I don't know, risen by someone else. I don't know.
That is the true burner account.
That is. That probably is.
All right. Well, I got nothing after my short
little burst there.
Yeah.
Always be sure to. Did you want to take a shot at this week? By the way,
No.
I didn't know. I try to pick up on the nonverbal cues there, and I realized that we were coming to the end, and this is my role of the podcast.
The Chiefs one. I'll close out.
All right, solid. Which I feel like you could just fade away with you yelling. Like, I'll just sit here and slowly turn your microphone down during a rant.
Might have to do it,
And
depending
that'll
on
be
the
it.
season goes.
I think you guys are in a pretty solid season. But
Yeah, I mean, they are making the Super Bowl. I have money on it. It has to happen this year.
that's true. Yeah, 325 on a parlay. You can follow all of our written work on our website. It's www.alwaysnextyearpodcast.com. We have full new team of writers now. We have a bunch of additional writers that are currently going through the process right now.
Shout out to them. They seem really, like, into it, and I'm happy for that.
They do. They're a really, really great group of guys.
I've had to mute the conversations because I was so excited.
I have them all muted, which is not good because I run ANYP, and that's not.
I had to mute it because I was working, so you have no excuse.
Oh, I have no excuse. Thank you. But
This is your job.
It's tough, but they are very enthusiastic. They're very good, and they bring a different perspective to things. So I think at some point we should definitely have each one of them on for a Whiskey Ramble, just to let them.
Are they local?
I think most of them are local. I do know that there are two that are not. But it would definitely be a good time.
How to meet Steve.
There you go.
I'll wear the appropriate shirt. That inside but still horny.
Well, we already named a podcast episode that, so I can't reutilize my overly enthusiastic dead inside and still horny. Just kept doing that all show that day. Such a brilliant shirt. But be sure to subscribe to the podcast. The fact that me and Steve on this show and Whiskey Ramble are the most listened to, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for ANYP.
I appreciate it.
We do appreciate it so much.
That's why I'm doing the Chiefs. Maybe you'll get some more insight on your former favorite coach.
It's true. And coach. At the very least, it will be incredibly entertaining, which is...
I'll basically be ranting about Andy Reid himself.
There you go. So we've gone through that here in Philly for 14 years?
The thing is...
13 years?
Let me just say this before we really do close out.
Yeah.
The first year we started this podcast, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So the first year that I started with the Chiefs segment, who knows?
All right, well, there is always next year.
That's what jinxed it.
That's true. But like I said, be sure to subscribe to this podcast. You'll get this show and all of our additional shows as well, and our soon-to-be Chief show, also hosted by Steve Whiskey Schmitty, Baby Steve. Steve, how many different names can we put in there for you?
It's already been too many.
It is too many. It's absurd. Be sure to rate and review us. Like, if you're going to listen to us, we appreciate it. But then, like, say anything of brilliance. Like, let me see where we're at right now on reviews.
This is the longest closeout ever, and you want me to do it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're both dog shit at closing out segments. I'm fine at closing out my own segments because I know that my thoughts are complete. But here, I don't know.
The thoughts are never complete here.
So here's
As I pour another glass of whiskey.
Swell. You might as well. This is what we're working with here. Great podcast. is the subject, and then everything within the contents of this comment is of this podcast. Bring me some more goddamn content than that. Tell us why you love Whiskey Ramble.
Oh yeah, 100%. I appreciate us having like the most like average
most
listeners.
Yep, most whatever. Average. So over the last 6 shows, 8 shows, something like that, we have averaged the most show listeners.
Personality wins.
So personality does win.
That's all I have.
Hey, that's better than most.
And a severe alcohol addiction.
I think that's where
dependency.
I think that's where most of our people kind of find us at. But yes, we've now sufficiently whiskeyed and rambled our way to the end of this podcast. It's www.alwaysnextyearpodcast.com. On Twitter, it is at ANYPodcast. He is at Schmitty324. I am at Shane_Mead. Please follow both of us as well as the podcast. Subscribe to the website and the podcast show itself, and leave us a goddamn review.
Please.
We'll see you next week. Whiskey Ramble.
Hitching with the wind. But if Mickey Flynn should ever find me, I'll throw me caution all behind me and square off on that son of a bitch again. He cracked open a river too, he beat me Sunday through and through, and so jig over my unconscious frame. I won me healthy sheriff fights, my lucky son still happy life since Mickey Flynn beat me dumb and lame.